Welcome to Comfy Havoc number 2. This is the Benefactor. Gonna play until 10 something. Then go take a shower after I walk the dogs. And then go back to it.
Ryder, as I said before, you have more than proven your mettle as a pathfinder. You stand on the threshold of greatness. If Meridian is everything you believe, our salvation is near. I always knew great things were in store for you. Did you have some other business?
I'm curious. What do you know about the people who backed the initiative?
What everyone knows. Gian Garson was the founder and visionary. Unfortunately, she died on the Nexus during the Scourge disaster.
Is there anyone else?
I would almost welcome them. A voice to silence the rabble. Then Kesh might listen. But no, we're alone. Why do you ask?
I have information that suggests Garson wasn't the only one.
What sort of information?
It's complicated, but there was a silent partner, a benefactor.
Even if that were true, we've been here 14 months with no sign of them. This partner is either a phantom, missing, or dead. Nope, Gian Garson was the beacon. A sad end to someone of such stature. Dying alone.
Oh?
It was chaos. By the time they found her, she was already dead, succumbed to her injuries.
Was there a follow-up investigation?
I wasn't even out of stasis. But knowing the violence of the Scourge disaster, death was everywhere. If you're suggesting something else happened, Ryder, I'd rather you didn't. Let's not add to the confusion.
Thank you for your time.
Like I say, Tan had some issues.
Ryder, if you wish to pursue this further, accessing Nexus security records may reveal more information.
I'll come back and talk to them later.
I'm sorry, Lana. They're just trying to boost our morale.
Okay. What are we looking for? The only hard fact is that her body was found in one of the apartments.
Then connecting her death to the Scourge disaster was mere speculation.
Yeah, they just wanted this to go away. I think we need to check out that apartment.
Environmental data will allow us to reconstruct the scene.
I did have a plot armor question answered in this game by Callow about how all the other Pathfinder ships were messed up in the Scourge. I find that convenient.
It's about time. This is
Or, as I like to say, cop out or shortcut or both.
This is where Gian Garson's body was discovered.
What are we looking for?
If you scan the room, environmental data may allow for scene recreation.
There. This was no accident. She was murdered.
As this incident occurred over a year ago, her killer is likely far away by now.
Yeah. But wait. This whole area was shuttered back then. Didn't open till the Hyperion arrived. So what was Garson even doing here?
Perhaps a further scan of the room is in order.
A hidden door. What do we have here?
Garson. I don't have much time. I've been hiding in the sealed-off sections of the Nexus since we got here. Someone's trying to kill me, and now I can hear them down in the hydroponics area. They're coming. I've embedded what I know in my VI in the Cultural Center. This log has the code, and whatever happens... Oh god, they're outside the door.
Wow, this is some serious shit.
Yes, deeply troubling. I have the code you mentioned for the VI kiosk.
Welcome
I'm
back.
Jan Garson, founder of the initiative. On behalf of the Nexus, I welcome you to the Cultural Center.
Hello there, neighbor. I'm Jan Garson, the founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I thought you might like to hear more about our plans.
The rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
Sam, can we hear that message Garson talked about?
Unlocking it now. Rerouting to our private channel.
For years, there was a silent partner involved with the initiative. The truth is, I was running out of money. Then a benefactor stepped in. I didn't ask questions. I never met them face to face. That was a mistake. I lied to everyone. Something big spooked them in the Milky Way, and now they're moving 100,000 of us to Andromeda. I hope it's all for the good, but I have my doubts. And now I think they're going to remove me. Alec Ryder and I had a code word for this. Fulcrum. He may have learned more.
What's that mean, something big in the Milky Way?
Perhaps the answer is in your father's final locked memory. It is now available to view in SamNode.
Let's go check that out.
That was Carrie.
At my age, family is more important than you experience.
Showdown on Kadara. Rivals vie for power on the Exile Board. After a bitter fight with their rival outcasts, the Collective has now claimed control of Kadara. Outcast leader Sloan Kelly was killed by sniper fire when the Collective seized power. Following the victory, Collective spokesperson Kevin Dorgan vowed to loosen restrictions. The step many fear will make Kadara a high-profile exile. Kadara is linked to the Nexus. We survived and have been welcomed back into the initiative now after having accepted their push for equal status. This clan leader
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
A moment. There is an added layer of security.
What was it Jan Garson said? The code word is Fulcrum?
That worked. This is the last memory your father encrypted, from the final planning stages of Hyperion's departure.
Castus, thanks for calling. Not a lot of people still admit to knowing me.
I owe you. Those were good days on the Citadel, Alec. I checked with my son Garrus. He works there now, CSEC.
And?
He says the Council thinks Commander Shepard's story is bogus.
But
Privately, I've heard they're starting to wonder.
this threat, they're called Reapers?
Shepard's word for them. Something about a cycle, an extinction event that happens every 50,000 years, galaxy-wide. And supposedly the alarm clock's about to go off again.
Unbelievable.
I know. But according to Garrus, Shepard's as level-headed as they come. Days after you. And it's heaven. So, if the commander says these Reapers are coming, I don't want to be around to see them.
Thanks, Castus.
Take care.
Yes?
I checked around. There might be something to this.
If there is a war, the scramble for resources will be on a scale we've never seen before. The chaos will be monumental.
We should accelerate our timetable.
They will keep the reason quiet. No need to alarm anyone. But the arcs must be underway before any fighting starts. We can't get caught in the crossfire.
Agreed.
Is there something else?
Years ago, you mentioned salvation for a lot of people. You knew this was coming.
I knew something was coming. In theory. Shepard made it real.
And now that you're right,
We'll need a new home. We're going to be all that's left of civilization.
Sam,
Yes, Pathfinder?
track down my kids. Tell them their old man needs to talk. It's urgent. And how is Ellen?
She remains in stasis. As you hoped, it has suspended the progress of her disease.
Make sure her bottle's on the Hyperion. Don't use her real name. I'll tell the kids when the time is right. Hey, Sam. Transfer Pathfinder access. Encrypt memories. There's still hope for your mother.
Mom is here? Alive?
Alec blocked all knowledge of this memory. I now recall his directive to put Ellen into stasis. He hoped it would halt further progress of her disease until a cure could be found.
This should never have been kept secret.
Your father didn't want to raise false hopes. This is the reason you were made Pathfinder, to see the process through.
Where's Mom now?
Here on the Hyperion, Ellen is in a stasis pod under a false name, Elizabeth Riley.
So this was Dad's plan.
Alec could not live with the thought of Ellen recovering, only to discover you had died. He sacrificed himself to ensure you and Scott could one day be reunited with your mother. He was also concerned that what he knew about the Reapers and the Benefactor remained secret. He entrusted you with this knowledge. Additional logs with pertinent information are now unlocked in Alec's quarters.
Now we know what Jan Garson meant. That something big spooked the Benefactor. It was these Reapers. What do you know about them?
A Spectre operative in the Milky Way, Commander Shepard, launched an investigation in 2183 into the existence of an ancient race known as Reapers. According to Shepard's information, the Reapers invade the Milky Way every 50,000 years to destroy any advanced organic life. Allegedly, this cycle has been occurring for millions of years. Shepard claimed the Reapers' return was imminent.
But why was Jan Garson murdered?
Recall Garson's words about the Benefactor. Now they're moving 100,000 of us to Andromeda. I hope it's all for good, but I have my doubts.
What does that mean? Who was or is the Benefactor?
Unknown.
That was over 600 years ago. Was Shepard right? Did the Reapers come back?
Additional logs in your father's quarters have unlocked. Their implications are troubling. Your father believed it prudent that you have this information should anything happen to him.
Got it. I need to go find Mom.
Y'all should know I have been playing this game entirely wrong.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you. Needed the caffeine.
I did not. Your father's personal logs.
We've just arrived in Andromeda. Before the rest of the Hyperion wakes up, I've checked our comms for any signals from the Milky Way. Looks like sometime in 2186. Everything went to hell. We got out just ahead of it. Commander Shepard was right. So was our mysterious Benefactor.
Alec, this is Jan Garson. For the record, year 2185. It's about Fulcrum. I'm on the Nexus and we're going into stasis for the voyage. Looks like you're already asleep. I'm very uncomfortable with our Benefactor, and the fact that we still don't know who they are. All these lives in our hands. I should have done something sooner. This is all very troubling, Alec. Let's talk as soon as you reach Andromeda.
Jen, I got your message about Fulcrum. It's now 2819. We reached Andromeda but have no sign of the Nexus. I have the same concerns as you. In all likelihood, the Milky Way... well, something terrible happened there. At least the Benefactor spared us from that. But why keep hiding? Something's off. But we've got bigger problems at the moment. Habitat 7 may be a bust. Finding a home is all that matters now.
This is Paladin Command to all Turian units within range. Under catastrophic Reaper attack. Primarch Fedorian is dead. Now units are searching for the next in succession. We'll advise when everybody get down!
Alliance personnel, please stand by for an emergency flash traffic message.
This is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Stephen Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. I say again, Reaper attack is underway. Instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. May God save us.
Hello, Alec. This is Liara Tassoni, and the year is 2186. I don't know if you'll even receive this message, but we corresponded years ago. I remember you spoke about a plan to settle Andromeda. I don't know if your arcs made it out of the Milky Way, but the worst has happened here. I'm with Commander Shepard and a brave crew. We're trying to build a weapon to turn the tide, but I fear that the civilization you remember, the people of the Milky Way as you knew them, could be gone forever. You may be all that's left. Please, don't forget us. Keep us alive in your hearts. And tell your children of the wonders that once were. On behalf of the crew of the Normandy SR2, this is Dr. Liara Tassoni, signing off.
I'm securing these Milky Way reports. This is the only copy and I don't want it getting out. Whatever happened was 600 years ago. Someday we might break the news to everyone if the time's right. I guess we always knew there was no going back.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni, and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when studying a dead race. The most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy. All members of
I'm sorry for the odd running, y'all.
A hostage crisis in hydroponics ended after Nexus Security forcibly removed protesters, resulting in numerous injuries. Tensions reached a boiling point after protesters complained their families were being kept in stasis in favor of sleepers with political connections. This is Agent S.
One thing I will say that's kind of shameful is that once you can't get through any of these doors, you should be able to go explore the entire Hyperion, but you can't. Like, at all. Which is something massive that needs to fix. Everything needs to be open.
Galaxy. And your appendix. Sure. What year is it?
There you are. What? Okay, this is the pod you told me about. Who's Elizabeth Riley?
If you could have one person back in your life, who would it be?
Well, Mom, of course. I mean... Hold on a second. Elizabeth Riley. Her initials. ER. Are you telling me...
I saw Dad's last memory. ER is Ellen Ryder. He put her here. Scott, it's Mom.
I don't... How... Wow. How is this possible?
Apparently, putting her into stasis also put her disease on hold.
Its progress has been halted. Alec put her in stasis after she fell unconscious in the hospital.
This is incredible. So Dad being a pain in the ass finally paid off. I want to shake his hand. And then punch him. Why didn't he tell us?
I said the same thing, but does it really matter? She's still with us.
Well, let's get her out of there.
That's inadvisable. Although Ellen is alive, reviving her would trigger the disease, which would prove fatal.
I guess you're right. You don't want to mess around with that.
Your father understood this would take time.
What do you mean?
Alec hoped that in Andromeda, we would discover new scientific insights that could provide answers. Our journeys in Helios have indeed provided valuable genetic knowledge, information that could lead to a cure. But patience is required. For the moment, enjoy the fact that she is still alive, and that your accomplishments will one day save her life.
Sam, we couldn't have come this far without you. Thanks.
No gratitude is required. My original purpose was to ensure the survival of Ellen Ryder. It is a mission I hope the three of us will one day fulfill, together.
Hang in there, Mom. We missed you. I'll get you out of there someday. Don't go anywhere. Sorry. Couldn't help it.
How's it going?
Well, I'll let you take it easy then.
Be careful out there. It'll look bad if both riders end up in the hospital.
Damn it, that's the wrong one. I didn't want to go to the operations base. I mean, the base. I want to go back to operations.
By pet forces in the Defino system. Reach for comment, officials refuse to provide any details on the status of the Ark or its inhabitants. But they do confirm the Solarian Pathfinder has died. Amid confusion and questions, the Nexus now braces for a potential influx of Solarian settlers. The Turian Ark has been found, but the Turian Pathfinder, Mason Barrow, was reportedly killed shepherding the Ark planetside. Former Spectre Avitus Riggs is now expected to assume the role of Pathfinder. This is Agent S. Our chair will advise that power consumption is nominal. A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on malfunctioning subways.
Good work locating the Asari Ark, Ryder.
There were a few bumps along the way, but we handled it.
Perhaps it's best I don't now. All that matters is that the Lucinia has returned, safe and sound. Did you have some other business?
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm here to serve.
Colonial Affairs, please advise...
So it's official. You're part of our little club.
I know I was reluctant, but it was the right call. Thanks for the push.
I'm not worried. You're good for it.
I'm trying.
How have you been since HO47C?
Fine, I'm fine.
If you ever want to talk about Mason, you know where to find me.
Thanks, Ryder. Really, I'm just not ready.
Any luck finding other survivors from Natanus?
Brought in another batch yesterday. Still too many unaccounted for, but we're getting there.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, Ryder. Appreciate it.
How's life on the Nexus treating you?
Running water and rations. It's a beautiful thing. I can tell people are still shook up from the uprising, but compared to Varl, things almost feel normal.
So, how are you finding the new post?
Not used to having people
Any regrets?
my only Now, I use my words. I'm a changed man. Now, I use my words.
Pathfinder versus Spectre. How does it compare?
They're completely different beasts. As a Spectre, I worked in the shadows. Intel was on a need-to-know basis. Here, everyone's looking at me, looking to me. It's all out in the open.
Which do you prefer?
Being a Spectre was easier, but being a Pathfinder is more rewarding.
Good seeing you, Avitus.
Stay safe out there.
A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
Ryder?
Captain Hager? Or is it Pathfinder Hager now?
Well, I have the title, but I've only begun the training. There's so much to learn.
He can say that again. I'm still figuring it out.
So I shouldn't expect to see the light at the end of the tunnel anytime soon, then. What can I do for you?
How has it been, learning the ways of the Pathfinders?
Huh, you make it sound like a mystical order. But it's all starting to make sense. It's actually comforting.
How are your people adjusting to life here?
They said goodbye, but we are not the first, just among the many.
I know Reika was well loved. Have your people embraced you?
They know I share their reverence for her. They know I mourn with them. But the sense of security she inspired, that will take time to find again. Restoring that is what drives me. Only then will I have honored her.
What are you working on now?
After what we went through, the Solarian path is clear. We came so close to suffering as the Angara suffered. I already have a task force studying the Ket to that end.
Understanding exaltation is paramount to survival here.
In and of itself, it is the greatest threat we face. I will share all our findings.
Nice talking with you, Hager.
And with you, Ryder.
updates are due within the hour.
Sounds like our experience was a picnic compared to what the Solarians went through. Hager's inexperienced, but the potential's there. A little time and he might blossom as you did.
Cora really idolized you. Have you spoken since?
Awkwardly. She's angry, but trying to understand. But we do speak, and more importantly, listen. Reminds me of the days when I had students.
Now that the Asari arc is safe, what's next for you?
I'll be tracking the Ket through their secret routes in the Scourge and burning them out. Charting the Scourge will help everyone. Some incidental revenge is a bonus.
I never knew Matriarch Ashara, the last Asari Pathfinder. What was she like?
The best my people have to offer. Powerful, just, diplomatic. I was a dowdy soldier by comparison. I tell myself she'd understand why but she didn't think that way. Diplomacy allows compromise. War doesn't.
Cora said you fought plenty of battles, that you were the hero of Kirkus.
Ha! I survived Kirkus, anyway.
What happened?
The enemy fired artillery at civilian targets. I used my biotics to shield part of a city. I can make a good shield, as you've seen. I lost dear friends in that battle, but we saved a lot of people. That makes me a hero. I'll take it.
Good luck, Sarissa.
Thank you. I'll need it.
The Angara are survivors, and they're willing to help. They'll be great allies.
Top scientists have few answers as the dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. This is HNS. You're listening to HNS.
Sorry, y'all. I fell asleep.
These power.
Damn it, fell asleep again.
The Angara were designed by the Benefactor.
Again, I fell asleep. Sorry.
Specifically for this cluster, it seems.
And the Scourge gets lucky then.
The Protheans uplifted several species. Why create one? Are the Angara children to them, or some great experiment?
You guessed it. Fell asleep again.
It could be worse.
Hello, this is Director Jared Tan. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our new Turian colonists. Please help make their stay a comfortable one, and let's all celebrate.
Okay. I'm gonna do some Tempest stuff. I'm gonna call it because I can't keep my fucking eyes open. It's only 9:34, so I'm gonna play a safety, see what I can do on the Tempest, and then I'm gonna call it. And if I'm good enough at 11 something or another, I'll try again. But
Ryder, could we talk a moment?
Here we go.
Ryder, might I borrow your research room access?
What for?
Nothing much. Just hoping to research something in my spare time. Oh, would you care to help?
I'll help if I can.
Suvi, could you take the helm for a little while? It's preliminary, but all that data we've gathered on the Scourge should be good for something.
Is that our drive core?
I want to research new systems, sensors, shields, EMP defenses, to help any ship tackle the Scourge. I'm using Lucille's old blueprints as a baseline. I can read them from memory, but if you and Sam can help, I'd really appreciate it.
Hacking or interfacing with the Remnant? I'm there. But this sounds like a job for a specialist. The man you really need is...
Gil. I know. We barely speak these days. I thought it was best. And yet, Gil's redesigns are what got me thinking. Funny. Most Solarians leap at innovation.
If he's got ideas and you know the specs, that's a powerful combination. Run with it.
We forget all our technology didn't just appear. Someone invented it. Someone cared. That matters. But so does inventing new things to care about. New memories. Gil, then. Any advice on how to ask him?
A little honesty and humility will go a long way.
Gil, may I get a moment of your time?
I don't know why I want to touch his eyeballs.
Well, now, your precious ship is running just like you wanted.
I'm researching new systems to handle the Scourge. I could use your expert opinion, please.
Sticking to the old school?
I don't have to.
No sense reinventing the wheel. Though you'd need better secondaries in place. Here.
might be Callow. I asked him for nav data.
Data for what?
Mapping the Scourge. Now we know it's a weapon, I hate it more. Designed to isolate, lingers well after the war. I know what that is. It's a minefield.
They're vile, because it's not just about watching your step. They make normal life impossible.
You get it. The long-term point is to hobble the way the whole population lives. Mark this. The Ket are bad, but whoever deployed the Scourge, they're some motherfuckers.
I think Callow can give me the mission about the suit now.
That's what the Solarian Ark was worth to our officers? Thousands of lives for maybe a future advantage against the Ket? You're a better person than I, Ryder. I'd have toasted Adin in our thruster exhaust. But at least the dead and their families have some justice. Need anything else?
Tell me something else about the ship.
Her engine's based on the Ark's Odyssey drive, which got us through dark space. The core takes the static electricity it generates and stores it in capacitors. We basically make our own power supply. It took Serena and Tion weeks to get it working on a smaller ship. And a few electrical shocks.
Are you and Gil still managing to get along?
It's cordial, so far. He takes approaches I'd never think of. And having all our statistics memorized saves time. We'll see. Though he insists our two FBA couplings are better than T7's, can you imagine?
You know, I really can't. Tell me something else about the ship.
Our aerospace engineer was Tianada Vasmore, a Quarian fellow, and absolutely fearless. Once, some Omega scrap dealer pulled the "we don't sell to Quarians" nonsense. Tion found a workaround.
What did he do?
He glued a memory foam to his environmental suit. Then, during the negotiations, leaned against the drive core he wanted, very casual. It made a perfect mold of the components, and the scrap dealer was none the wiser.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Everything here is
Hey, little guy.
normal and familiar.
So, if anybody's watching any of these videos, if you want to name the Pajak, let me know. If not, I'm gonna start calling him PJ.
How can anything feel ordinary again?
That Archon barely sees us as sentient, strings people up like puppets. Didn't know Sam could do that to his Pathfinder. You sure you're okay?
Just a lingering bruise or two. My vitals are good.
Let's hope that sample he took... Sorry, rambling. Did you need me?
Did you come out here with anyone? Maybe someone you served with?
I had my fun on shore leave. Sorry, huntresses. Figure things out. But I was there careful. One day I might be this nosy about your personal life.
See you later, Cora.
I'll be here.
We always seem to be so close, but never close enough.
You mean the remnant city, Meridian?
I was so sure we'd reach the end. Had a bottle of Drossix Blue ready to go.
I hope you were planning to share that.
So I can wake up to the headlines, Pathfinder pathfinds victory, laid low by Turian Brew.
Not a party unless I'm passed out at the end.
From your stomach literally exploding? Why don't I find something better suited to humans? Hopefully we'll have something to celebrate soon.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Do you have time to talk further?
Do you have a mate? A partner?
I don't. Not for a long time.
Well, enough about that. I'll see you later, Joel.
I swore I had you last night.
You were pretty calm. Hey, Ryder. What's the story?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Hello, Ryder. I have been contemplating our discoveries about the Angara at the Remnant City. I know who created me, and I know my purpose.
You're it.
Whole life.
Are you?
AI have concrete answers about why they exist. If I did not, I would look for them.
How are those jokes coming, Sam?
Why do Elcor start stamping? Because they wish to be heard.
Thanks, Sam. Nothing more.
Okay, we're gonna go to Vol, and I'm gonna end the video here. Game's almost over, so between tonight and tomorrow I can beat it. But we're gonna go to Vol, and I'm gonna end the game here and post this video. This is almost 10 o'clock. I'm gonna take these dogs out. Ah, damn it! Nope. Almost did the wrong thing. Before I end the game, I need to click on this thing to make sure I got all these missions done. I know I have something to do on Eladin, Eos. But I know I gotta scan those bodies on Vol. So, that's where we're going.
Beginning approach.
Before we land, I'm gonna check it out. You guys won't be able to see that, because I'm gonna be diving.